Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh, is my mic working? Yeah, my mic's working. Awesome. Sorry about that. Got a little tied up in traffic. Let me get my green screen on because I turned that off when I was doing my pack openings last. Where's my camera? Video capture device, filters, edit filters. Turn on an extra light, I guess. Good enough for government work. I can't be bothered right now. Oh, yeah, running around trying to do groceries and stuff before stream. So today, only day that I'm streaming this week. The plan is to finish watching the AGE. The finals was a match I was interested in, Kasai versus Gravy. And then we're just going to jump into playing some games, play like for, an hour or two, and then sign off. Not going to be on this weekend, going to hang out with the boys at the lake house. I might stream Sunday to see how I'm feeling, but I'm not going to plan on it. So yeah, let's just jump into the game.
There was a confusion. It's going to be Colin Erickson versus Zachary Wallach, actually. Okay, Kasai versus Gravy Bones. This is good too, right, Michael?
Oh yeah, this is all right. I mean, it sucks that we're not doing what chat wants.
But hey, every now and then you got to throw a curveball at him, right?
Of course.
Got to leave him wanting more.
We're always getting trolled by those guys.
Be nice, man. Jesus.
Chat to chat?
So he went Royal plus Mage Masters versus Kasai. That probably makes sense. I feel like this is a matchup that, like, the extra armor is, like, nice to have, but not necessary. And you really need to make sure that you can, like, get online and go fast. You're, like, facing both fatigue and damage at the same time. And it's pretty hard to actually get your hooks on hits because of just the sheer armor fridge. So this makes sense.
Yeah, they're cool. Right?
You're not supposed to be nice to
Chat, let's hear your voice.
No, not going to KC. I don't feel like I'm where I want to be with Gravy Bones to go to a calling. And this lake house trip, we've been, like, trying to get everyone on the same page for, like, 2 years. Probably should have not done it the same weekend as KC because we ended up with a few people that ended up not going, but whatever. It was when a majority of the people could make it. So, you know, it is what it is.
Are you cool or are you not cool? Let's have a vote right now. Justin, facilitate that, please.
Right now, I'm
Let's get some
basically
woos
just
in the chat.
Woo!
right now I'm just basically trying to focus on Worlds and just head down, ignore everything else.
All right, we'll be waiting with bated breath for those woos. We're going to bring our voices down a little bit, too, because the store is thinning out in terms of population. Colin Erickson starting this thing off with a draw swords, pitching a blue, of course, drawing a card and thereby making all of his swords free. Justin is a little bit distracted, so the card reader is inaccurate at the moment, but that is A-okay. Hot Streak comes in for a total of, that's 4 plus 2 is 6.
Turn 0
No go
Gravy
again,
Bones
currently
is
conferred
interesting.
to that sword.
Looks like the hand defended. Am I wrong? What is that? Call, port side, swabby.
So the card reader, of course, drawing a card.
I can't tell what that card is. Is it lead the charge? What's in front there? I feel like this is not a crack gold spot, but probably going to end up having to crack gold anyways.
And thereby making all of his swords free. Justin is a little bit distracted, so the card reader is inaccurate at the moment, but that is A-okay. Hot Streak comes in for a total of, that's 4 plus 2 is 6. No go again, currently conferred to that sword. Zach already starting this game off much better than he did in Swiss.
I think it's a lead the charge.
The Gravy Bones activation. Has got himself some good allies in the bin already with which to use, and he's got a plethora of good blues to resolve on his turn.
Yeah, nice start getting that swabby early. And it just occurred to me, I don't know how many Gravy Bones I've seen Colin face as.
This is the wrong block, right? Am I missing something? This weapon doesn't have go again. Why did we give it go again? Like, we're over blocking by 1? Next sword swings for what, 4? And we get to put 2 non-attacks in front of it? I feel like if we're going to do this, then we just put one of the 2 blocks and the swell in front of this and just put 5 in front of 5. Because that was 5, right? Or am I wrong? Is it 6?
4 plus 2 is 6. No go again, currently conferred.
It's a red draw swords. So 3, 1, 2. Okay, so you put 6 in front of 6. I guess this makes sense.
Sword. Zach already starting this.
What do you think of blue lead the charge as another go again source in the blue base? Late game it can be used with Fearless. I think it's perfectly reasonable. When I was talking about changes that you probably want to make to the deck because of Fearless being added to the deck, one of the things that I was saying was you probably want to add a few more sources of go again to the deck, so that way you can actually play Fearless when it comes back around second cycle and it's not just a brick in your hand. So I think that is pretty reasonable. Space is always the issue.
This game off much better than he did in Swiss, discarding a swap.
Hey, Josh.
The Gravy Bones activation. Has got himself some good allies in the.
How many great players.
It's a good matchup for him, I think. It's not a runaway by any means, but he does feel very comfortable into Gravy Bones.
Glad to hear that for his sake. But
Well, yeah, I agree. Neither of them are runaways.
Second place, both fighting for the right to say they have made the most points in AGE. As Zachary starts his turn off.
We've talked already about how Zach's build of Gravy Bones is is definitely off the beaten path from
A
what we
little tired
see
of been running around
as
doing
the de facto
errands
best
all day.
build of Gravy Bones. I mean, usually we see 9 tipples through and through, plenty of
And
go
stream
again
starting a
attacks.
little late.
There's offense coming off the back of not just the allies, but also the other cards in the deck. Zach, however, only sporting the 3 blue golden tipples, and I think a lot more undead bodies than most people are used to seeing. So 3 go again is going to be answered by 1 go again from Saltwater Swell, finding the blue on top because we already knew it was there, thanks to the fact that Murderous Rebel reveals the top card of the deck. 5 in the pitch zone at this point, the perfect number to create Swabby and swing Swabby.
Colin just shoring that up with the Valiant Dynamo, a card that is expected to get a ton of value in this matchup as this is very grindy.
It's a curious choice to commit the Dynamo there because Zach could have used the hook on this Swabby, saying that Colin just doesn't have it. And
Probably
have it,
unlikely.
he does not. He could have had a sink below to...
Yeah, I do think it makes sense to maybe not block with boots there just in case he pulls some funny business, but like, odds are with 1 card in hand, we're not seeing a hook this turn. What would have to be the hand that we actually hook on this turn? He can't even pitch the Fable because he has 5 floating. Is there any way he can make a gold here? He could conquer the high seas instead of playing the Swabby and kind of call you a clown for blocking with your boots there. Unless you always plan on blocking conk with 2-3 blocks and a piece of armor. Depends if you have 2 blocks in your hand there, I guess. Or a 4 block. Yeah, it's probably fine. There's just maybe some corner cases that blocking boots there gets punished. But with how much he's willing to block here, I am already concerned about fatigue, but he's already seemingly boarded in such a way where he's ready for that.
Cover up all of that damage entirely. Zach not taking the gold bait. Instead, just conferring 4 damage to his opponent. 40.
Boots usage really complicated, but I think it's fine here. If you hook it with no backup, I want to just block out completely because the whole game changes. Yeah, that's why I was like, is there even a reasonable line to hook here? Because you're not going to just blow your hook for no reason here. We both know that's just not happening. I'll give you all my armor to get rid of the hook. Whatever. With 1 card, how does he hook for free? He probably doesn't. Gold Fable doesn't work. Port Side doesn't work. Tipple doesn't work. He doesn't have any gold in play to filter through resources. The only way he could do the Gold Fable is if he wanted to, I don't know, crack his boots this turn for 0 value, which I think I'm also fine with that. So I think it's pretty reasonable that the hook is never happening here. My concern would be Conqueror the High Seas behind this, and he just doesn't play the Swabby, which I think not playing the Swabby if you have the Conqueror is reasonable. We don't have any gold in play, and that's our only ally in the bin, so we've created a failure state for ourselves where our next hand could just do nothing. So long as we have either an ally or gold, it insulates us from most situations. Fatigue still trips you. Just play the 1-head strats where you play Prismatic, and you're not thinking that hardly. That you're not thinking that hard about fatigue. You just have cards in your deck that are good into fatigue, and you just play the game. Make sure you create some gold kisses at some point. Double ally, double swing a few times. And then you should be good. That usually is good enough to beat most fatigue decks.
He plays 36 as we pass back over to Colin Erickson, who is activating Kasai with Reckless Abandon.
Already online, all 4 cards in his graveyard conducive to that play, 2 yellows and 2 reds, as he empties the entire yard into the banish.
Currently just 2 on this combat chain, threatening a gold token. But Colin has, I think it's 1 card in the hand and 1 in the arsenal for the boy.
Ironically, Sunken Treasure is reasonable in this matchup because Kasai plays a lot of yellows, but if they just keep spamming hero power, you can never Sunken Treasure them.
Wonder. If I know Colin, there's a Blade Runner lurking in there somewhere.
See, we got a bunch of allies. What does this hand do? We have 2 allies, given a quarter, tip the barkeep. This hand just does actually nothing. So, if we had the option of playing a conch there, I don't know what the arsenal is, but let's say the arsenal's a conch. It's, pretty reasonable to just send it there. Okay, like this hand's not great, but at least I can still play the Swabby in my bin. I'll play the Gold Kiss Rum, pitch my ally, and a blue. And we're gaming, right? Like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Bro, like, put a real card in your deck. What are you doing?
So see a Blade Flurry maybe.
Blade
See
Flurry
a card.
plus Blade Runner would be pretty sick right here.
Eye is good because it's free.
And Zach, also an unusual card in this day and age of Gravy Bones is Give No Quarter. He loves to resolve his Whaler Humperdinks, and he loves to be able to be swinging for 11 off of 2 cards turn after turn. Speaking of Whaler Humperdinck, he lies in wait in the hand, ready to be discarded. And yep, it's a red Blade Runner to confer go again to that hot streak. And here comes Centauri Saber to clear out Swabby.
All right, and so does that make a gold, or does Kasai
Hopefully it's like a port side in Arsenal.
What it does afford Colin is the opportunity to pay a resource for Grains of Blood Spill. That effect persists and allows you to activate it whether you're hitting a hero or an ally.
I do like the clearing there.
I'm grabbing some water. I'll be right back.
The
My bag's
activation
behind the
of
green
Kasai
screen.
on that turn, knowing that you're only really presenting 2 damage. I do understand, you know, trying to rip cards away from your opponent is a great way to reduce their offensive potential. So I think that's what Colin Erickson is thinking. But now he's going to have to build up his graveyard, and I'm not sure how much he relies on hiring an army in this
I'm like
matchup.
kind of lightheaded from how hot it is outside.
Is it crucial, or is it just kind of gravy, so to speak?
No, not like this.
Definitely helpful.
No, not like
matchup.
this.
I
That's
mean, those
not what the
swords
boots
are
are
just
for.
magnificent.
Oh
at
no,
clearing
he arsenaled
allies.
an ally. Okay,
but it
whoa.
Yellows and 2 reds.
Whoa. What was our last turn? Is there a way we could have just pitched that ally instead? He compassed, saw it's a blue. I don't think this was the play. Like, if we're going to end with ally and arsenal and go into the round with no gold and no allies in the bin, remember I said we created a failure state for ourselves by having neither of these things in play? I think if we're that down bad that the play is arsenal and ally and hope our next hand plays, just don't play the swell. Arsenal the swell. We have 2 floating. Or I guess we have 3 floating because we just never play the swell. Just like raw play the sawbones from hand and pass. Arsenal the swell for next round. And then you have a bones in your hand. So if we find another ally, at least we can get that ally into the bin and we can keep playing the game. And we have a blue in arsenal and a blue in hand. So we know no matter what, we like get to play the Swabby next turn if we want to. But this gives us the upside of getting rid of an ally from the top. I think this was kind of tossing, but we like priced ourselves into it because we refused to play the ally from hand. But like, if you don't want to play the ally from hand, then why arsenal it? That's just playing the ally from hand with extra steps, right? Except for we had to burn our boots for this. I guess we get to attack, but we're attacking into the Kasai deck that just wants to block with 2 cards and weapon go again, weapon pass. Like, we're not actually, like, gaming, you know?
Magnificent at clearing allies.
And, like, what? Are we arsenaling an ally again? Because this is still an ally, right? I guess we're pitching another ally to swing this. Surely that's also wrong, right? Oh no, we have a give no quarter, so we have one floating. So we're just gonna end. This can't be right. We're arsenaling another ally. There's no shot that's correct. Right? He had 2 allies?
Turn after turn. Speaking of Whaler Humperdinck, he lies in wait in the
I can't tell what that
hand,
is.
ready to be discarded.
It looks like an ally. Like, surely the play, if you're okay, we're moving past ally and arsenal. We're moving past that, okay? We're adults. We can move on with life. We're here now. We have the ally in our arsenal. What do? Surely the play is not play the give no quarter or whatever the fuck that card's called and arsenal another ally. No shot. Like, I'd rather block with a give no quarter instead of the tip and just pitch both allies. Because if we're going to play Sawbones from Arsenal with Mage Masters, that's 4 resources. What's 2 allies? 4 resources. Do I have a current list for Gravy? I have one on Patreon right now. And I have another one that I believe the one on Patreon is a pre-Fearless list, and I'm working on a Fearless list right now. So, like, my current ish is on Patreon. I'm not ready to post a Fearless list because right now, like, it's basically just take old list, add Fearless. It's really not that I think anyone could do that, and it's not like rocket science, but I think the deck requires a little bit of retuning for that. I'll arsenal an ally sometimes. I mean, honestly, here too, he could have played the Gold Kiss. He did not Gravy Bones this turn, so he could just use the Gold Kiss this turn to play the ally. He did not have to burn boots here. He could have just used the gold. Like, this is just a go again. He could have just done that. Hey, Whitecoats. Not sure what to take out for it. I had a whole thing talking about like where I was starting with it. We can talk about it after this game though. Let's finish with this game and then we can talk about that if that's okay with you, chat. Current guide. So on Patreon, I have my Gravy guide that I'm kind of starting, and it has that's the wrong tab. Gravy Thoughts. Where it's got a lot of my heuristics and stuff, and a lot of my learnings with the deck. That's like the ghetto version of the guide if you want that. The actual guide should be out within this month. I was actually working on it a little bit today, kind of writing up some of the preliminaries of it. I kind of have the broad strokes of what I want to talk about in it down. I think I have all of the info that I want in it already in my head, because I'm not going to be covering like matchup specific stuff in it. Like, this is how you play against X deck. I'm going to save that for like a part 2 because I'm not ready to do that. But to talk about the general strategy of the deck and like this is how you should be thinking about things in Gravy Bones and like all the different like just how to think about things in the deck, that I got down. That I'm pretty confident in. And I don't want to put out a piece of content that is like I'm bullshitting or is half-ass. I only want to put it out once I'm ready for it to be good. So like the matchup guide stuff, I know that I'm not at that point yet that I am ready to talk about that. I have ideas about different matchups, but none of it I'm like confident about, and I've played enough games all the matchups to like have something that I could sell people. But the rest of it, I feel pretty confident about like how I'm thinking about the deck is correct.
Carded. And yep, it's a red Blade Runner to confer go again to that hot streak. And here comes
honestly, it's funny. Everyone's been like talking about how cringe Fearless is. I would not be surprised if we get to Worlds and we're just not playing Fearless. Like, I'm gonna call that now. Let's see if I'm correct. I could see it just not make the deck. Just we're winning anyways without this. It's just adding in an inconsistency to the deck. It's not necessarily what I want in second cycle. Like all these like rationalities of why you could not include it in the deck, I could see be true when we hit Worlds. I don't know right now. I'm not saying that's the case right now. I'm just saying like I could totally see that be the case. Why would you Arsenal an ally? So I'd maybe Arsenal an ally if I'm playing against a deck with a lot of Arsenal disruption and they haven't seen very much of it yet. And if it's the difference between me IPing this ally and just throwing it in Arsenal and whatever, they haven't played any of their Command and Conquers yet, this is just me putting in my grave with extra steps, right? Like sometimes I might do that. That's incredibly rare when I do that, but that's something that's gonna be in the back of my head of a decision that I'm making when I have that. Like if I can if I can pitch the ally instead, I'm gonna prefer to do that. But maybe I'm playing the mirror and they haven't played any of their conks yet. Maybe I Arsenal an ally there. Like there's some niche spots where that could come up. Maybe I'm flush with Gold Kiss Rum and whatever, next turn I'll just play it with that because this matchup just isn't about Gold Kiss. It's I would say incredibly rare that you actually do that, but it's going to be in the back of my head. Like maybe there's a spot that I could do that. Part 2. Are you talking about part 2 of the guide? Am I like
Saber to
behind?
clear out Swabby.
All right, and so does that make a gold, or does Kasai need to hit a hero?
Must hit a hero. What it does, but it all depends on how the Gravy player is piloting the deck, how they constructed it. In Zach's case, yeah.
I guess we're just doing this instead? I guess that's fine. Is this fine? This kind of sucks ass. He's just going to kill both of them. Like, man, I keep saying this shit over and over again. Let's bring in all this anti-fatigue stuff, but then play the game in such a way that causes us to fatigue. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I think Raise an Army is going to be super useful because not only is Zach going to have a lot of bodies on board that Colin wants to clear as efficiently as possible, I think it also is indicative of the pace of the game. Zach is going to take this a lot longer than I think Colin is used to. Well, people are used to Gravy Bones going because there's just going to be inherently less damage coming this way and that, and a lot more protecting allies.
Yeah, you do have to imagine these two players have tested into each other many
What's the weirdest?
Being both Team AGE players.
Are you saying Zach's is the weirdest?
While I was on that diatribe, Zach popped his all-important Mage Master boots in order to resolve a Sawbones from hand and one from Arsenal. So Zach also kind of drawing brick after brick this game as well as the one we saw in Swiss. But he's here for a reason. This deck has been humming for him, not only today, but on a couple of AGE events in the past. Colin going with a precision press and sending it at Sawbones, the Centauri Saber, mind you.
And he could prevent 2.
Go again, conferred here. Unfortunately, Colin does not have any reactions here, so only 1 damage comes across on that Sawbones dockhand. Perhaps Colin trying to bluff his way into a zombie kill there.
Man, did we just like luck sack into keeping a Sawbones?
Colin is finding his Vigor token at this point, paying forward some resources, not trying to get through this turn cycle, but also the next. Activation of Brave Forge Bracers, going to give the next weapon attack +1, and he goes instead at the other Sawbones, which, yeah, comes in for 3, so it will clear it out nicely. So it's not an efficient clear of both of these allies, but what it is an elimination of Zach's current board's offensive potential. Sometimes all you need to do is get the Sawbones tapped down rather than kill it.
That's a good point.
I've said this before. I only like blinging once I feel like I've earned it. Like, I didn't bling Dromai out until I topped Nationals. At that point, I went, okay, I earned this shit. I'm allowed to have nice things now. I have to play with the ugly-ass deck until then.
But, man, that felt really limp.
That's how I am. It's like my reward to myself.
And that is
until then, I'm a peasant.
Colin Erickson's cap. It's back over to Zachary Wallach, who's still without any gold to speak of.
I don't even own an eye. I'm just borrowing one.
2 more give no quarters in the hand and no Whaler Humperdinks.
Wow.
Casting Swabby from hand and
so down bad.
Passing is Zachary Wallach, despite the fact that he had a Conqueror of the High Seas at the ready. Like I said, this is going to be a slow grind because Zach just doesn't have as many opportunities to generate gold as the mainstay Gravy deck does.
Yeah, these two players are just jostling for position here.
If you can imagine an old school boxing match, maybe Floyd Mayweather versus somebody else. I don't know boxing that well, but
Sure.
there's a lot of posturing going on. Both of these players are circling the ring, eyeing each other up and down, trying to find where the chinks in
Okay,
each
if
other's
I did not
armor
have
is.
Whispers,
Yeah,
I would
throwing
just play
jabs,
any
no
other
haymakers
good
yet.
blue. You're not that down bad.
Inevitably, there's going to be sparks at some point. There will be an uppercut. And one of these players is really going to take the lead at some point.
Just
So
play a
The
fucking
allies
Avast E at
cleared
that
out by
point,
Colin Erickson.
or a Loot the Arsenal.
The ones
Like,
that Zachary has been
goddamn, play a card
really
that has
using
text.
a ton of action points to establish.
Yeah,
All gone.
but now he's got a 5-card hand to work with once again. It does feel like this is a game that Colin Erickson is looking to take to fatigue if he can get there.
Conquer the high seas for 7.
Oh my, and Conqueror of the High Seas comes in just for 7.
Ooh.
Has Zach found a... No, it is
Oh my
4 cards
God.
of allies, but it is pretty bad.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ.
And
So-
this is definitely the weakness of Zach's build of Gravy Bones. You just don't have access to the constant generation of gold, the coffers that are afforded by 9 tipples.
Yeah, he does appear to be bricking,
Yo, what's up, Jesse?
but I don't know how many allies he's bringing, but Colin,
Jesse, you saw we put we put respect on your boy on the tier list. All reliable. I did not go into any details about it though. You get to keep your secrets, but we put respect on his name. Did you guys see the Jarl guy on Twitter? The one that top 8'd the calling? Let me find this shit. This is kind of funny. This guy talking about how we put Jarl in shit tier and do not play, even though he topped. Talking about the gravy matchup being good. This goes back to what Cody was talking about before, about how people can't hide behind their pairings. It's just all public now. I just looked it up and I was like, bro, you literally didn't play against a single gravy the entire calling. Don't talk about the gravy matchup and then he just literally didn't play against the deck. Get out of here. Congratulations to him for top 8ing with Jarl, top 8ing period. Not taking anything away from him, but that's fucking funny. All right, what are we doing? Like, don't stop. You literally didn't play against the deck. Get out of here.
may have his work cut out for him. If he's just
Oh,
playing to clear the
that'd be
allies
pretty
game.
sick.
We'll have to wait and see if Zach can sort of have like an explosive
Runaways versus
bloom of the
Snapdragons.
undead and establish more than 2. But for now, it seems like Colin is just happily mowing them down and now having a window where there aren't any in the field,
Zach
pressuring a
has
little bit of life.
At least found himself the opportunity for an explosive bloom of not just allies, but also of gold. He's got a golden tipple on top of the deck. He's also got a loan shark at the ready. So if he is able to
Bro's playing
say, play
Lone
out
Shark? Bro, what is this deck list? How are we this down bad for gold, and yet we're playing Lone Shark in the deck? What is going on? Yeah, we'll call the series The Footsteps. No, he has a 0% win rate in the matchup. You can't say you never play in the matchup means that you have a 100% win rate. He has a 0% win rate in the matchup. He's never won it.
crack one of those gold, draw into the tipple, play the tipple, discard
Checkmate,
the ally in his
atheists.
hand. This could be okay. And Zach saying no blocks over and over again. Outland Skirmish is going to confer 1 copper token.
Dodging the glint Quicksilver effect by not blocking. Nice little upside there.
Centauri Saber is the follow-up after that hot streak for 5. No reactions from Zachary Wallach. Down to 33 he goes. 36 plays 33. We don't have a timer going,
Yep.
but this game has been going for quite some time.
Yeah.
And yet we are still above 30 life on both sides of the board.
Zach finally having the blues to support the Conqueror. 8 go again.
I'll block 8.
Blocking 8 is
Oh
Colin
no,
Erickson
we
on this Conqueror
raw
of the High
dogging
Seas,
another ally.
unlocking the activation of his Balance of Justice forevermore.
3 go again.
Murderous Rabble reveals that blue golden tipple on top for 3 go again. Zach still without any allies in the bin with which
What
to
are
use
we
after the blue card goes into the
doing?
graveyard.
Sure. Play Shelly from hand, pass.
No, what are we
Is
doing?
Third
What
or
is?
fourth, the fourth
Whoa.
ally from hand or arsenal
Yeah.
without go again.
This
thanks
is
to
not the
Compass.
way.
Colin just doing his due diligence, clearing that out. 5 life is hard to deal with, but just sends the command and conquer about it without even pausing to think.
This is the game plan for Colin Erickson. Death by fatigue. And now Zach finds himself with 2 tipples. And yet-
Dodging the glint by not blocking is like. Have you ever seen the Luigi wins Mario Party by doing nothing? It's like that.
finally with an ally in hand to pair it with.
Golden tipple.
Golden Tipple pitching a portside exchange, discarding a chum, generating a gold token, perhaps getting Zach back into the resource area that he needs.
No blocks.
What sound?
That all
Me
you got.
molding?
Perfect cover up here. That's exactly why I think this card should stay in all of these warrior decks where it works so well.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I was a little surprised to see a sink below, but if Colin's game plan truly is to fatigue, it's a nice value proposition to block 4, especially if you pair it up into a Conqueror.
Ah!
Generating a different type of gold, a much higher proof type of gold.
Our turn was 1 value.
Unlock some of these ally-rich hands for Zachary Wallach.
And there's another.
This is not the
situation
way.
with a pretty low hand size from Colin. No, sorry, he's got 4 cards to work
He's got a
with.
lot of cards there.
Yeah.
He is really loading up the on-hits here, though, because Spoils of War is resolved before this entire saber comes out for 4 go again. Every single weapon attack this turn is going to generate 2 copper tokens.
Christ.
If Colin hits just one more time here, he hits the critical mass of copper that he generally likes for a Blood on Our Hands turn.
Yeah, plus the gold being threatened, and I believe he has an attack reaction in hand, so this is a very threatening saber. One thing to consider, though, is that although he does create gold here, the golden hook could just steal it, so it's not as surefire as in a lot of matchups where he can just pile the gold and guarantee an army. You've got a pirate trying to steal that gold away from you.
Blade Flurry gets this attack for 4 up to 6.
Like-
2 gold tokens.
Okay, so like we had that like turn 1 that was really suspicious. After that, I think a lot of it was just like unfortunate card sequencing. I don't know if I would have played the tip to barkeep there since we already played a blue tipple. Maybe I just would have played the chum instead. I don't know. I got to think about that. But like, I feel like other than that turn 1 suspicious play, this is mostly just like our deck. Like we chose to present a 60 plus that just bricks like this. Yeah, like I don't know what's going on. But he's also on like extra allies. So he's on like fat ally deck. You could maybe rationalize not playing the chum, and that's why I was like, I got to think about it. I don't know if that's just like objectively wrong. I'm just saying that's kind of suspicious not playing it, but okay, you could convince me that it's correct to not play it there. I think that first turn was objectively played wrong, and everything after that was that's unfortunate. But you can only say it's unfortunate for so long when you're playing suspicious cards in your deck. You know, that's actually what I'm trying to get at here. Like I think the deck choices is what is causing this to happen. I think it went a little too far down the rabbit hole of cute cards. Like we just want our deck to function. If Gravy Bones functions, you win almost every game. We don't need like extra shit like Shelly. And like, I don't know if he's playing it, but I'd probably play the gold gem before I played Lone Shark.
Spot right there. Hot Streak comes in now for 4, threatening 2 more gold tokens. And all of a sudden, Colin's coffers are looking much more rich than that of Gravy Bones.
Yeah, and getting him down to 23 life as well.
My turn. I'm going to port side exchange.
Start of the turn for Zachary Wallach, who kept everything in his hand and his arsenal, his portside exchange. Discarding an Anka Drag Under to draw in a Vast Yi.
It looks like we've gone from jabs to haymakers here, as Colin just had a monstrous turn, and now Zachary Wallach wants to one-up it.
I told you it would happen. And these Ankas are going to be really, really efficient at stuffing the turn of Colin Erickson, because every time he tries to draw a card, which he is wont to do to make his swords free, do a little Fang cosplay, Zach has the ability to discard a card with Watery Grave from hand, excuse me, an ally from hand.
I've never seen anyone play That All You Got into Gravy. I kind of like it. It's kind of good. I wonder how good that is in the mirror.
In order to make Colin Erickson discard a card after drawing. It's not a perfect hit off of Chart the High Seas here for Zachary Wallach. No ally to be found on the top of the deck. Zach wondering, which of these do I keep? And I tend to think that at this stage of the game, the pace that we're going, I like the Murderous Rabble staying in the
Yeah,
in
that
the
makes
deck
sense in
better
Kasai,
than
but
Vault of the Grave, and Zach seems to agree with me.
I wonder if that's correct
Yeah,
for
just
other
a little
decks to
more
play.
threat density, very important when we're looking down the barrel of fatigue.
Like, that could legitimately just be a good sideboard card,
Zach
period,
still with a
for
golden temple and
Gravy.
a Bastille left in hand. He's also got to be sparing about how he deploys these blues. Kind of always want to keep one in your back pocket, especially when you can't resolve all of the allies in your grave. It's like blue golden tipple pitched with 2 resources left over to resolve Chum.
You still have a Dynamo. Okay. Play Vasti.
Here comes a Vasti. Zach is throwing the book at Colin Erickson. 4 go again. Gold token generated on hit. Zach finally with a healthy amount of gold.
Does
on which to
he
lead.
have the resources to play and swing another ally? Isn't it just double Anka here? I think they're supposed to double Anka. Whatever.
Sure, Gravy Bones pursues treasure just for the love of it, but he also uses it to great effect.
And the pairing of Chum with any other ally is how you start to build up that board state. Can be very challenging.
I'm actually going to be right back. I got to hit the
clear,
bathroom real
especially
quick.
when you're
Sorry about that. Oh. Something is not agreeing with me right now.
pulling cards on the defense.
Breaking the gold.
Let me catch up in chat with quick. It's weird, but activating Anka is actually a neg in. I mean, activating Anka usually sucks, period. Because in Gravy, my cards are typically more valuable than your cards, so I don't want to trade resources with you. I don't want to go down with you. I want to keep all of my cards and just play the game. Maybe if Gravy wasn't a fatigable deck, Anka would be better, but you just like you gotta just play the game instead, especially if your life total like isn't a relevant factor to the game. But even then, when it's a relevant factor to the game, it's just like it's kind of bad. I think the exception is like I have an extra ally in my hand and I just got to get rid of it. Like maybe I'm playing against Syndra and they're gonna get masked no matter what, and I don't have a way to get this ally in my hand out of my hand, so I might as well get rid of it. But it's usually pretty bad.
To draw a card is Zachary Wallach finds himself a blue, which means he could resolve Anka, but I think he's just digging for a good Arsenal target.
No, he's
No,
going
indeed.
to Anka and swing with it.
Play Inca with Go again.
Wait, did he draw off of gold?
Can be very challenging to clear, especially when you're pulling cards on the defense.
Breaking the gold to draw a card is Zachary Wallach finds himself a blue, which means he could resolve Anka, but I think he's just digging for a good Arsenal target.
No, he's
No,
going
indeed.
to Anka and swing with it.
I feel like just double Anka would have been better than this because we're burning our gold to do this. Maybe we're trying to like put enough health on board that it's hard for him to break our board, but like surely Kasai has 9 damage in their hand and they just kill both guys, right?
It.
Play Anka with Go again.
I will respond to that by balancing.
Okay. And then,
Zach now has drawn
on his
2 or more cards this turn, so Colin has the right to blow up his headpiece and draw a card. Has done so, found himself a Spoils of War for his troubles. Probably very happy to just block this out, play an efficient warrior turn.
Yeah, I do really like the hook activation, threatening to steal that gold, but Colin has the very efficient 3 block on his card, plus 2 on his armor to just stuff that, and looks like another very efficient attack coming back.
Compass.
Zach responding to the activation, the playing of Spoils of War, thinking about if he wants to discard some of those allies that are in the hand for either Anka or Chum's abilities. Colin has
What's the
pitched
card in the back? I think that's an eye. What's the other one?
a yellow here,
Is it a conch?
which does make me think that the prospect of him then paying for a gold is a little bit lower.
Yeah, I
Was it a call to the grave?
Think that the prospect of him then paying for a gold is a little bit lower.
I think it's a call. It's a call plus eye plus thing that we're going to discard to our hero power. We looked first? Why did we look? I think that was a bad compass. Because we're just like always activating gravy bones, right? Like no, like this is always happening. So I think it's gravy bones. Look at the top. Oh. Maybe that's not correct. Maybe it's you look to find out if you're gonna gravy bone. Okay. So we're playing this call. But we have an eye. Okay. We're supposed to go opt with the eye, probably by drawing off of gold. Then gravy bones, unless we're gravy bonesing into an unknown, which is why we would want the compass up. So depending on how the opt with the eye works, like let's say we go top bottom with the eye, I want to finish resolving gold, draw the top card, and now that it's an unknown, I want to compass. And then if I don't like what I see on top, like it's another ally or something, then we play the call to shuffle the deck and then gravy bones. So that way the top of the deck is changed. Like this eye actually, I don't think did anything for us. Because we're just always gonna gravy bones. But we want to eye before gravy bonesing. So like the sequencing is fucked up.
Yeah, I don't expect him to draw anything here. Zach puts that chum in the grave, and Colin just swings in for 4 at the one on the field.
Unfortunately, Spoils of War is generating copper no matter what it hits. So Colin up to a hefty 8.
Yep.
And I think still with 3 copies of Blood on our hands in the deck.
Well, at least we got to keep an
there are going to
ally.
be some fireworks coming Zach's way in mere moments.
So clearing that chum, but leaving the Anka on the field. Zach has a pretty decent graveyard to work with, but it doesn't look
Maybe
like
we grab a back
he
alley here.
has the resources in hand to really deal with it. We'll see what he draws off the top. It is a blue, and it's a good one at that. Chart the high seas.
Zach has gotten a Whaler Humperdinck into the graveyard, and that is his fatigue contingency plan.
I don't actually really want this chart, to be honest. Like, this is not actually what I want right now. We have plenty of allies. So, like, we're not really trying to fish for that, so this is really just a blue. Like, maybe this is better than the call, but I think I might be calling for a back alley here and just trying to double ally, double swing again. I think we're behind enough that's, like, maybe the only way we win. But probably not. He's still at 36. Like, this doesn't really... I don't actually know how we're supposed to win from this point. I think we're both fatigued and dead at the same time, which is kind of weird because he's got so much copper that as soon as he draws blood, like, we're toast. What do I want to draw here? Probably a starter that we put in Arsenal. So, like, I think no matter what we draw, it's an Arsenal card. So this is just basically a blue. This is just 3 resources no matter what.
It is much harder to go the distance if your opponent is swinging for 11 every single turn.
Call to the grave. Sure.
Zach playing out Call to the Grave after putting that Whaler Humperdinck into the graveyard. What will he find, though? Looks like we have an Anka, 2 Cutty Sharks, a Scuba at the ready. Sorry, Cutty Shark, quick clip.
Thank you.
Got your back.
I know you're exhausted.
I guess
but
we're
you
just going to
gotta-
fix
you
our
gotta
draw
say
for
the full
next
name.
round.
I still got it, baby.
And does Zach have the resources to play the Whaler? Is this the turn? Are we just
It's
looking
not
at
the
another
turn.
chum?
He needs one of those copies of Give No Quarter.
Right.
And that's what's really going
I
to
think
make
he's already
the
seen
Whaler
2
sing.
of them.
He has, I believe he's pitched them, though,
Okay,
I
okay.
want to say.
And
I don't
so
think he's been
shuffling
blocking
here
with
could
them.
be quite nice.
he played
possibly
one.
bringing them back up to the top.
I don't know if he played the other.
I feel like I'm not seeing them now. Am I incorrect about that? Has he been blocking with them? Tough situation.
Well, he played one of them.
I'm gonna send Cuddy.
You're right. He did play one of them.
That's allowed.
Cutty Shark, quick clip. Comes to join the board.
I don't think I just grab another ally. I think it's supposed to be back alley, but maybe we can't beat fatigue if we get the back alley. Because all we're really doing with this call is just like discarding a card and making a resources off of our chest. But we already can do that. We are already gravy bones this turn. So we're just like putting an ally in the grave. That's not actually good. We have plenty of allies. So like we don't need to do that. I think if we have double back alley in the deck, I definitely grab back alley here and just double ally, double swing.
Boys in the graveyard, not yet in the arena, though. That is the domain of a single Anka Drag Under.
I think we basically just like
But something tells me
burned a card
that
from
more
our
will be
deck for no
joining
reason.
very soon. I wonder if Zach is thinking that he was a little bit too frivolous with the use of his rum at this juncture.
Trigger I.
Maybe. It was a nice threat.
Night, dude.
It's not a lot of opportunity you get
Good
to
luck at the calling.
activate the hook after your opponent is already blocked.
Are not marked.
But because of the balance, I think he may not have
Oh,
fully
we're playing
calculated for
prismatic? Wait, where did this prismatic come from? Oh, it's from the eye. Yeah, that's a good arsenal. I wish we did things differently so we could have put the prismatic in our arsenal. I don't actually want this chart in our arsenal. It's like fine, but like I'm not. Prismatic is I actively want in my arsenal.
Prismatic Leyline and chart the high seas on top.
One top, one bottom.
Leyline finds its way to the top.
Pay one.
Could Zach be thinking of drawing it? Perhaps saving it for next turn. Zach thinking on an activation of Cutty Shark Quick Clip. Probably to afford Anka an extra point of power in swinging against Colin Erickson. There's so much
Because
life.
we're still double allying here. We could have double ally, double swung. Instead, we double ally, single swing, but put +1 damage on one of the swings. It's just worse than attacking twice.
Yet for Zach to take from his opponent. Colin still sits at a comfortable 36 to Zach's 23, which is comfortable in its own right. I think the
Triple
decks
ally.
themselves are
I
going to
did.
be much more.
I had never considered triple ally. I did not know that you were like that, Zach. Huh. I never considered this technique. Is this good? I don't know if this is even good. Because, like, what's Colin going to do? Kill 2 allies? If we double ally, single swing for 6, he blocks 2 cards, kills 1 ally, maybe 2 allies. We double ally, double swing, he blocks 2 cards, he takes 5, he kills 1 to 2 allies. Triple ally, no swing, he kills 2 allies. So we made no progress. I think this was the worst of the 3 options. Like what? We're gonna strand him with cards, and it's Kasai. She's gonna play all of her cards.
Fought over resource this game.
Yeah, the decks are effectively their life totals. Maybe not for Zach, but certainly it seems like Colin's sitting at 36 in no danger whatsoever so far.
2 prismatic ley lines drawn up for Zachary Wallach. Probably not a card you want to see in doubles.
Colin's sitting on a blood on her hands.
Probably blood in her hands.
Yeah, here we go.
Seems like a good way to clear a bunch
I think
of
we're
allies at the very
deceased.
least.
And Colin only
Oh, we only went for
paying
4.
copper. What did I say
That's
about
kinda
him
cute.
loving the number 4 for that power card?
Doesn't need any more, wants to keep the other 6 around and just starts to
He's
mow
just
these
clearing,
allies
so it makes
down.
sense.
I don't know if I know of a more efficient way to clear them than this. This is insane.
Is that a Centauri Saber or a 50 cal machine gun,
I
Michael?
know, he's just popping them.
Down goes 1. Colin Erickson looking like he's playing Left 4 Dead rather than Flesh and Blood.
You know, Zach's not liking this. Spent
Is that
so
double
much to set
prismatic?
this up, and it just in a single
But no
turn
attacks.
falls.
He's devastated watching his boys fall to the watery grave one by one.
Okay, I think
Never to be
there's
raised
a
again, at
bones
least
in
for this
there,
game.
This one, I think I will.
but he needs an ally. He needs an
You can
ally
tell
on
Colin
top.
is feeling really
His hand
good
doesn't
here.
do anything if there's no ally on
When he's
top.
paying into Grains on a blood in her hands turn. Colin is used to getting the maximum amount of value out of these power card turns, and that usually means for him doing it off of like a 2-card hand.
Huh? Did I see the hand wrong? Is it not a bones in his hand? He luck sacked into an ally on top, and now he got rid of it. Huh? Okay. I might have seen the hand wrong. Well, I'm going to go back to freaking out if I was correct on what the hand was. I thought it was double prismatic bones and something else, a blue.
In this case, he's got plenty of resources with which to use, and still a fully charged blood in her hands turn worth of copper.
Court side, that's
at the
what it
ready.
was.
And once again, just clearing the board. No threat to Zach's life total. Not even willing to.
Nani the fuck? Bro's hand went from insane to unplayable. What are we doing? Like, this was actually great. Huh? What the fuck? I'm just stun locked right now. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. I have nothing else to say about this. I don't see the vision. If there is a master plan of how to navigate out of double prismatic with no way to play this attack, I don't see it.
To think about it until that board is clear. And
It better
I
not
think the
be
only damage
play
he's done to
port
Zach has
side
been on a
discard
clear board where
prismatic.
He hasn't established anything, so I don't expect to see Zach take any damage for the time being while he has this many allies in the grave.
It sure looks like some mental damage has been taken on the side of Zach.
No, that one hurt. He had the 3 allies out, which is very hard for a Kasai to deal with, only really able to hit 2 at a time. So just Zach was really banking on being able to keep that army around and always swing with one and start to chip and start to gain that sort of deck damage value back. But it's gone.
Issue here, yes, is that they are just
We're just
gone. Zach-
YOLOing?
He's going to put the hurt.
Do I not know what this card does?
On Colin.
Just 7. Okay.
Oh, no go again here on the Restless Bones.
Do I just not have it in my maybe? Okay. I do. Just blind. Okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I know what the card does. Huh? Okay.
He was really hoping to find an ally on the top. So this Prismatic Leyline is simply pumping for 3.
Okay, surely we also hook this, right? Like, if nothing else, we at least made gold this turn. Like, come on. Oh,
So
I took
Zach
so
does
much
have
psychic
3
damage
gold.
from
He
this.
had the opportunity to start digging for an ally because Restless Bones, of course,
Right. Hand or top of deck.
and or top of deck.
He may be happy to just, not happy, but just kind of take the 2-card 7 and pass. But
Bad this game. Yeah, take a 3.
yeah, you hear it right there. Once again, just Zach knows that his deck is not playing nice this game.
Oh, he's not stoked about his play right now. It's a shame because his play is usually the cleanest that you can find.
I'm going to.
Zach is a stalwart competitor in this game. Make no ifs and or buts about it.
I will.
But he's not the first to fall to call him the boy wonder. Don't call me the boy wonder, Erickson.
Double check I can. Yep.
And once again, Zach using that life as a resource, I'm sure, priced into not blocking, because the moment he starts to block is the moment that he can't effectively build up his army.
Psi activation for Colin Erickson here. Outland Skirmish unsheathed as well. This Centauri Saber is coming in for 8.
This is going to be 8 with go again.
That's a chunk.
Activate Gravy.
It's a chunk, and Zachary is without a chum, unfortunately. Gravy activation here. Discards Cutty Shark Quick Clip.
Gonna compass.
Compass activation here as well.
No reaction.
Why did we gravy? Like, did we not just waste a Dead Threads use by doing this? Were we planning on blocking this turn? Like, activate Gravy Bones, still don't block? What was the point of this?
No blocks for Zachary. Takes 8, down to 15. 33 plays 15 here. All of a sudden, the life totals are swinging so quickly.
Copper. I will make a gold. Triggering drains of blood spill.
Yep.
I will make a vigor.
Another Vigor token paid forward. It's pretty innocuous for now, but the fact that Colin always has a resource at the ready means it unlocks play lines that would otherwise be forbidden to him.
Activate here.
Yeah, just chipping away. Hot streak for 3. Another Vigor threatened on a hit if Zach doesn't block this. And he doesn't.
And Colin is dishing out damage, unlike Zachary Wallach, with no cost, no real cost to the cards in his deck. That's the real issue here. And that is why we see Zach taking so much damage. Because he knows that if he continues to block
Yeah, this
out
just made
Colin's
no
onslaught,
sense.
he's just not going to have
There's
any
just no
offense
reason to
send
Gravy
back his
Bones.
way. And you have to win the game of Flesh and Blood. You can't just peter out.
Saltwater Swell getting that blue off the top. So 4 floating is a lot to work with. He'll need those resources to start playing the allies out of his graveyard. Lots of really expensive ones in there that Zach really wants to establish.
Can we see the full power of Prismatic Leyline on offer here? Zach has 4 resources in the bin. He's found himself a Give No Quarter.
Sure.
Could this be the Whaler Humperdinck turn?
Maybe. It kind of feels like now or never when you've got the Leave No Quarter in hand. He could arsenal it and try next turn and try to go a little bit wider on the board.
What are they talking about? Literally can't Whaler here. Unless we wanted to crack gold. Crack gold twice, draw 2 blues is the only way to Whaler here, right? Am I missing something?
Don't hate that.
It's a tough situation because he can't, any way you slice it, he can't both resolve the Whaler and attack with it. That's really what
Even
you
with
want
the
to be
give
doing,
now?
even with the Give No. Because the Give No Quarter is just going to discount the cost.
Doesn't it also discount the attack?
It does not. Looks like a gold activated there. Finds Chowder, Friendly Cook. Another interesting inclusion in this boys heavy Gravy Bones deck. Gold baited hook activated here.
Pay to swing.
And here comes Scuba, Salty Sea Dog, coming in for 6 thanks to the fact that Prismatic Leyline has been played earlier this turn.
I'll give you 1, 2.
Ah, and Zach recurred the Prismatic Leyline with Scuba. A curious choice.
Just a little bit of extra gas in the deck.
And I think that is exactly what he and Austin
Did
Summers,
we
fellow teammate on the
IP1
AG Pro team,
3 or 4
like
times
as
this
an
game?
anti-fatigue strategy. Scuba just keeps resources in your deck.
True, but it's not going to last long. If I know anything about how Colin Erickson's been playing this game, that Scuba is not long for this world.
Colin wouldn't kill the dog, would he?
I think he might. He's a
You
cold
can't kill the dog.
He's got blood on his hands.
Oh, no, not the dog, Colin.
Attack twice.
It's okay. This dog is used to being dead.
Then I will play out a slice and dice.
I'm dead now. You got me. You got me real good, bud.
Sniped him.
Blood on our hands into Slice and Dice for Colin Erickson here. Kasai activation to boot. Oh, this is going to be a monster of a turn.
You. This will be 5.
Colin is dispensing with the dog. He says, no, I'm going after Gravy Bones.
Let's activate
Huh?
Gravy.
5 go again here, but not before Zach gets a little word in edgewise with the Gravy Bones activation, discarding Sawbones.
Is he just going to ignore the scuba? I mean, he can. It's just not what he's been doing this game. Maybe just deciding, let's put the foot on the gas.
He's at the point where, I mean, he's on a 4
Sort of
copper
doesn't
blood
matter
on
what
our
he
hands
does.
turn.
He's so ahead.
Yeah,
I will then attack you again. This time for 7 go again. This is the last.
7 go again, thanks to the back end buff, the Slice and Dice.
Yeah.
Pumping into 8.
Okay. No reactions. Taking 2.
Take 2 for Zachary Wallach. Safari Saber cannot swing anymore.
So it depends. Is CYB also still legal? Are we talking CYB Gravy? Because I think CYB Gravy could have won that. That would have been nuts. Y'all complained about CYB before? I think Gravy could have won, though. You got Disruption. Very efficient plays. Allies that might not always be efficient for Aurora to clear, so they wasted damage. Yeah, like, holy. I think CYB Gravy would have fatigued Aurora. If CYB Enigma could, surely CYB Gravy could with 12 CYBs, right? The thing that you lose is the Phantasmal Footsteps. That was actually pretty important against CYB. I'm sorry, against Aurora. It would give you ways to filter out your cards that you couldn't block with, because you still needed to put some chi in your deck, so that way when you hit fatigue, you still had a way to win the game at the end. There's a lot of reasons to ban CYB, and I don't know what one they used on their dev talk. It's neither here nor there, because you gave the hypothetical of Aurora versus Gravy. So I'm just saying, at what point during Aurora's lifespan? Because Aurora was legal during CYB and during the ban of CYB. So what are we talking? That's all. If we're talking during CYB being legal, I think Gravy wins that. If we're talking when CYB is banned, I don't know. I don't think Gravy can win that. I think it's like a little too much damage. It's tough. It's weird though, because like Florian can beat Aurora with a good draw because of the disruption and just the raw value. And Gravy just kind of does the same thing, except for it's not, I'm in the decomposed waiting room. Like, I could just in theory outvalue an Aurora. The reason Syndra is so good into Gravy is because of Mask of Momentum. Aurora doesn't have that. Aurora is just a value soup deck. Like, Channel is not the same thing as Mask. And honestly, I think a lot of people overvalue how good Channel actually is. There's a lot of situations where the Channel is just a cantrip. Like, I played the Channel and only drew one card off of it. Really wasn't that good. All the Channel really did was say, you don't get to play the game for the next turn, because you're going to block me out for 2 turns in a row. There's Snatch, but that's like not enough of a reason. Like, Gravy just goes so far above and beyond what any other deck does for value. The deck is insane just when if we're just looking at raw value. Yeah. CLV is a fantastic card, but like as you know, but for other people that don't, when you're behind the wheel as the Aurora player, it's not as broken as it looks like it is from the other side. It's very good, but it's not broken. I think the thing that you really got going for you there is you have a Fridge of Armor as Aurora, but like at the end of the day, you don't have Mask Momentum. So I think Gravy can win that. I think with CYB legal though, Gravy just wins that. Like I don't see how Aurora beats Fatigue Gravy.
This turn, but Hot Streak. That's another story.
Yeah.
Two.
Zach says no blocks.
2 with a run through.
I see why he went face. It's a lot.
The CYBs also like while you're fatiguing, because like one of the problems you would have as Gravy if you're trying to fatigue the Aurora is you have the allies in your deck that don't really do shit. But because you have CYB, it gives you something to pitch your allies to when you can't like pitch them to AB.
A lot of damage.
Oh, sorry, next one.
So Zach is...
And honestly, you might even be able to get away with a small ally package. Because like, if all you're doing is fatiguing, it might just be just play Scoob to put back the CYBs as a punish for off turns, and maybe just chum Sawbones, and that's it. Because you just need to have one ally left in the deck to win the game. Ideally, one that does not die to their weapon. So, like, Sawbones wouldn't count because, yeah, the Sawbones doesn't die, but you're going to have to activate the Sawbones every turn. I guess not every turn. Because you hit a certain point in their fatigue state where all they can do is make a rune chant, swing weapon for 1. And that's why the footsteps are so important. Also for Enigma, it meant that they can never actually close the game. You just pitch a blue to footsteps and AB, and they just never can deal a point of damage again. And your single spectral shield wins the game.
Does not change.
Oh,
And that is it.
wow.
No blocks in the hand of Zachary Wallach. Third.
I mean, no. Reaping Blade is not good enough. If that was good enough, Auroras would have done that back then versus CYB Enigma. It's not good enough. Reaping Blade is pretty shit in Aurora. You really need the extender. And by playing Reaping Blade, it makes your flicker combo significantly worse. You miss out on 3 to 5 damage because you have the wrong weapon. I mean, if the Gravy's trying to fatigue you, that's not the part that matters. If the Gravy's playing the game, yeah, maybe, but you have plenty of cards in your deck that can kill allies. I don't think that's the like mean having 3 versus 2. I don't think is the like pivotal point of the matchup. Yeah, like you beat these decks that gained life by just trying to go over the top of what they could defend. And I think if you're trying to kill the allies, you've already lost. If they're trying to fatigue you. Okay. Well, that was certainly an interesting game. I wish there was more that we could have taken away from this, but there was like Zach really didn't play the game, and there was a couple suspicious turns. And I don't think they were the kind of suspicious that we really can learn too much from. Maybe someone got value out there from that talk of that first turn with the Arsenal. But like the other suspicious turn with the chart instead of going prismatic. Maybe it's just single prismatic there. I don't know. I'd have to do the resource math. I don't know what he had in the graveyard at the time. It really depends if he had the resources to do everything. Because his pitch a blue, play the Restless Bones or whatever the fuck it's called. And then you get to Dead Threads afterwards, so you have 2 extra resources. Theoretically, you could make even more resources if you chart afterwards, but I'm not sure. If we have a Rigor Mortis in the bin, then we can go ahead and go double prismatic, and that's pretty sick. Is Warrior shaping up to be the anti-Necro class? Thinking down the road. I don't think so. I think Dawnblade Dory is pretty anti-Gravy Bones, like specifically Dawnblade Dory. I think all other versions of Warrior have game into Gravy. I don't think this particular game was particularly indicative of the matchup. Zach just didn't do anything all game and then died. He just like literally did nothing. He couldn't do anything for a long time because he didn't have any gold. And then once he started having gold and started doing things, he just played a bunch of allies and didn't attack with them. And was like, here's 2-3 guys. I bet you can't clear my board. And Colin's like, I definitely can clear your board. Clear all of it in one turn. Oh, dang it. Like, this did not feel like a real game, to be honest. But I think the real takeaway from this is really a very similar takeaway that I've had from a couple of the past games that we watched on the last stream, is just stop getting so cute with your lists. Like, people are just adding so much fluff to their list and either making they're putting themselves in spots to both fatigue and die at the same time because they're just not getting to play the game. Make sure your deck functions before anything else. If you it's like if you guys listen to the Runaways and Cody talks about you have to do step 1, beat Gravy. If you are the Gravy, you have to do step 1, play Gravy. Like, step 1, make sure your deck works. Adding all this cute shit because there's spots where it could be good, you're just adding bricks to your deck. Like, the Give No Quarter looked like shit. I think the Bones could have been good this game, but he just I don't agree with how he played them. Honestly, both of them that we saw, I think I disagree with how he played them. One of them he swelled, the other one he blinded off the top after he saw there was an ally with Compass before and got rid of it with Chart. The Diamond Amulet looked like shit. The Gold Kiss was good this game. Gold Kiss was good. I think how he used it was wrong, but it looked like it was good. I did like being royal. I don't think it mattered us having a non-block hat. I don't think we lost because I don't think we actually lost because of our life points being reduced to 0. I think we lost because we didn't play the game. So I don't think a blocking hat would have changed anything. The Shellys were dog ass. He also had a Chowder. I'm sure that would have been shit also. It's just he had way too many allies, I think is the real thing. Any other thoughts, chat, before we move on? What am I stepping on? Oh, it's like one of the like nubbies on the bottom of my keyboard fell off. The answer to that, it depends on the opponent. I think at a baseline, minimum 13. And then it's how good is your hedge for fatigue. I think ideally I actually want to play as few allies as possible in the deck. Because if you think of it this way, realistically, I only want to cast one ally a turn every turn for the entire game. So having extra allies doesn't actually accomplish anything. If we get to the very end of the deck and I have a bunch of extra allies in the bin, that's not necessarily good. I might not have blues left to even do anything with, right? And at that point, like, I'm going to play an ally and attack with it. My opponent's just going to block with 2 cards, kill it, and move on with life because I have nothing behind it. Like, let's say my deck is just a couple blues that let me cast allies and I have a bunch of allies in my bin. I can't actually win the game from here unless my opponent is also fatigued. But that's just not how those games play out. It's always you fatigue significantly before your opponent even has to consider that because you burn through your deck so fast. So I want to play one ally a turn. So I want to put a number of allies in my deck that mathematically makes sense for that to happen. If you're playing a clean 60, that's probably in the ballpark of like 15 to 17. It really depends. Because here's the other thing. It's not straight up the math of what is the odds of you drawing one ally every turn. If that's all it was, it'd probably be closer to 17, 18 because you would want to because it'd be the type of math where you're like, I need to draw one ally every turn. Not I want to. Like you'll do that sometimes with your mana base index where you play 17-ish blues because you would like to draw a blue every turn, but not drawing a blue isn't a failure state. For example, back during Lexi times, that was pretty typical in Lexi because you could get away with pitching a yellow to cover your turn pretty frequently. So not drawing a blue was not a failure state. Not drawing an ally in Gravy can be a failure state. But the math is not strictly that because, one, we might have extra allies in our bin. So we if I don't draw an ally, but I still have an ally in my bin from earlier, it doesn't matter. Two, you see more than 4 cards a turn, so the math changes a little bit on that. Three, we have other cards that put allies into our bin other than straight up discarding an ally from our hand. So the math changes again from that. If we were just doing the math of I need to make sure I have one ally in my hand every turn so I can discard it, that's one thing. But we have chart, we have Call to the Grave. Is there anything else? I guess you have the Bones. It's really just those, I guess. So, like, realistically, you have about 6 or so cards in your deck that also put allies into the graveyard an amount of time. If we wanted to make sure we always drew one ally every turn, I think we're like 18 to 21. So if we add in these extra cards, so let's say we start off with 15, but then we add Call to the Grave, we're at 18 already. You add in the fact of that you can have extra in your bin. You add in the fact that you're seeing extra cards every turn. This is significantly changing. Also, gold changes things. Like, what if I just have extra gold and I just start drawing cards instead? So you really get to scam your deck building numbers for that quite a bit. Getting back to actually answering the question, I think I want close to 15 in the deck, and I'm probably playing between 13 and 17 in every matchup. I think you can go a little lower when you're playing 60 cards, you're playing a fast matchup. You just gotta go, go, go. I'm not getting fatigued, like slam cards, punch opponent in the face. I put extra cards in my deck. This can go to fatigue. Maybe I bring in some extra allies. You know what I mean? I think the Prismatic also kind of cosplays an ally slot a little bit because in reality, if you were playing a grindy fatigue matchup, that you would bring in extra allies. Bringing in Prismatic kind of accomplishes the same thing because I don't actually really want extra allies in my deck because I can't, like, just because I have more allies doesn't mean I can play them any faster. I just want to make sure that I have them. I think you want to try to figure out how many turns you think the game is going to go roughly, and try to have an ally count that is close to that at least, or at most. Because again, if I get to the end of the game and I have extra allies, that doesn't actually accomplish anything. But I am going to have some spots where I double ally, double swing, so that changes the numbers a little bit. What am I at right now? 9, 10, 12. 13, 14. I only on 14. Oh, that's why I'm not playing Edie. Why did I cut? Oh, it was the Cuddy. I decided I didn't want to play the Cuddy anymore. I just forgot to replace it with something. So it would have been either Swabby or something else to experiment with. I might also cut this Humperdinck. I'm not sure I'm sold on it. But yeah, like you see, I'm on about 15, and the data shows that's what people are playing as well. That did well at the Pro Tour. Yeah, I think if you're going to cut the ley lines, replacing it with a couple allies makes sense. I really like the ley line package versus fatigue. It really makes the game pretty simple. It's kind of a one head strategy, and I'm a fan of just turn brain off strategies. I think he was on 18. Oh wait, I can just look. He was on 17. It's because he had it in the limpets. Barnacle? Isn't that just like a shitty vanilla? Yeah, the stats on this are pretty terrible. This is like one of the lower rate allies, and it doesn't even fit your curve better. The 3-cost allies fit your curve significantly better. Because typically it's going to be like play a tipple, pitch a blue, activate dead threads. I have 3 resources to fuck around with. This just like really doesn't fit a curve very well. I think at best this plays off of a turn with Conk. But I think I would rather just play Oyston and then draw off of gold to get an arsenal. Yeah, he has the double limpet. I'm not sold on this card. But this is basically his prismatics. What was the blues that he cut? Or is playing instead? Because he's not playing the blue attacks. So what are those? Diamond Amulet, I guess. And the CNCs. I mean, it feels bad if you hit a conk. But how often does that actually matter to the outcome of the game, right? Like, if the conk was the difference maker of you winning that game versus losing it, maybe there's something else that could have been done different instead. If the game was that close, that literally you drawing a conk was the difference maker. Okay, so we're going to experiment with this a little bit. I added in an extra Vast Yi. I added in a Riches because I just like this card. I think playing no Royal, I want like a few extra ways to make gold in the list. As we've seen in some of these games, you can just draw fucked hands that just don't play. So I want to have like a few more ways to make gold. I cut a Loot the Hold, which I really don't like cutting that. I'm probably going to put that back in at some point. Sunken Treasure. Humana. What else did I cut? Oh, swell. I forget what else. It doesn't matter. I just shaved some cards to make room for the Fearless to experiment with it, see how I feel about the card, and then we'll make further changes once we get more games with this card. Burdens. I would like to play AB2. Oh, this isn't updated. I don't want to play 3AB, I think. So we got another card that we need to cut. Good luck, have fun. I want one more AB. What do I want? Probably this. I don't want you. I think I want you. I feel like this is not a very good Fearless matchup, so I think I'm just going to cut this. I think I want to play a clean 60 in this matchup, but I don't want to figure that out right now. So we're just going to send it with this. Normal stuff. I like gravy, but no pirate stuff. Art design matter a lot to me. Yeah, I also don't really like pirates. It's not my speed. Interesting. So opponent isn't playing Talishar and he's playing this instead. I'm thinking that he's not trying to fatigue us, but we still have to, consider things. I mean, we're gonna AB1 this. Think we want to keep the ally. Let's get rid of the loot the hold. Sheesh. So we need to cast a blue this turn. So I think it's look with compass. Find out if chart is going to hit. Play chart if blue. Play chart if blue. Kind of sucks that we don't really have a yellow to put back, but gonna put the tipple back, I guess. I'd be happy if we had a Necro that was like a Diablo Necro, like a Bone Necro. I fuck with that. Do we just play this other chart? Because we're arsenaling this tipple, right? Is it a fuck it we ball? I think fuck it we ball. Oh! Okay, now what? Draw off of gold, I guess. Oh! do that. Alternatively, I could arsenal this and just gravy bones it away. That seems worse. Because we still have dead threads up. Unfortunate. I think we're cracking another gold. Maybe not. We have 6 resources to mess with. So yeah, I think we still draw off of gold, right? Because we can draw off of gold and play chum. I guess we can decide if we want to crack gold off of playing chum. Bro, we did so many things this turn. Just max game actions. We could have left the rigor mortis on top also, and gravy bones did away. That seems like a waste of our gold, so that's why I didn't do that. Okay. Resolves. Me? Oh, I can get rid of an ally. That's OP. So we're always going to gravy bones. So I think we gravy bones, look with compass, find out what we want to do with the top of our deck, then call if we don't like the top of our deck. Is that true? We probably just block. Like, what are we doing? Just like block. I don't need to fuck around. Can someone go back? Did we keep in the fiddlers? We did, right? Okay. Well. Play slow, grindy deck. Don't like when opponent take time to think. Okay, what was the play? Bottom an ally. Block 6, probably? Maybe we gravy bones here, so that way we could block 3 cards on this and just not take damage. We don't have to play the call. We can just swing 4 for free. Okay, I think that's the play. So if that is the plan, then we compass first. So it's compass. It's a rigor mortis. That's kind of shit. So then we bottom an ally. We block 6. Take 2. Call for fiddlers. There it is. Gravy bones. Get a random card. Go to 1 gold. Swing for 4. Oh, it was only 4. That's true. So maybe we just block with 1 card. in that case, call for Fiddlers. Bottom chum to Felling. Still Compass first. So Compass, it's a guy, so we don't Gravy Bones. Go to my turn. Call for Fiddlers. Gravy Bones, get rid of Rigor Mortis, draw a card. If it's a blue, then we play the Conch, have 2 floating. We can then play either of these 3-cost allies because we can still Dead Threads. If it's an ally, then we play the port side to get rid of it, and then use whatever we draw to cast something from our bin. If it's a red, hopefully it's just not another Conch. If it is, whatever, we just like IP a Conch or overpitch a Conch, and I think that's the worst case scenario. I did want to cut an AB though. Now we can add back in one of these blues. Let's go loot the hold. I did say that I did not want to cut that card. What is my single favorite fab card? I gotta think about that one. I get to go first angle. Thought I made a Valdo button. Anything that we want to cut? Maybe the Oyston. It's kind of low impact. I think the rest of this is fine. There's a chance we're supposed to play Sunken Treasure over like something else here, but again, I don't want to put too much thought into it. I'm just gonna like kind of send it with whatever. We're just trying to practice with this card. That's the only thing that matters. The actual deck list like really doesn't matter. This is going in Arsenal for sure. I really want to do this, but we are going to give her Seismics, but I guess it's always happening. Whatever. She's just going to hit her guy anyways, right? I think I'm fine drawing this. Could also Gravy Bones to put that in the bin and then just cast it. That's not bad. To start the game with 2 allies. I kind of like that. Do we want to pitch this? I think we do. I think it's better later. Gorgtome's interesting. Next Guardian attack action card you play this turn gets +3. Oh, that's interesting. We grabbed bro, every game they start with this. It's crazy. Me? So we're always going to start the turn by looking at the top. I don't think that we blind the top of our deck with blood. Do we? I kind of want to hold on to this for them blowing up our compass. So I think we look at the top to find out if these things are hitting. They're not. So we're just blocking. We don't have an ally to even play from the bin. Maybe it is just put the tipple in the arsenal then. Play the Gold Kiss out. Oh, it's dominated. So yeah, this is happening then. It was a red swell on top, right? Oh, hey, Dalton. I think I get this out of the way so we can play the chart. Because I kind of want to put the tipple in arsenal. This gives us a chance to hit an ally. We already have guys on board. It's probably supposed to prevent a damage with this, huh? Whatever. Now, are we supposed to Gold Kiss to swing here? I kind of like it. I guess since we didn't prevent the 1, might as well get the 6, right? What do these do? Get something go again? Next Guardian attack action you play this turn. Play from arsenal this turn, gets Dominate. Why is Dominate coming from Boots? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. What does this do? If you have a card in your arsenal that gets +1 crush, when this deals 4 more damage to a hero, put all cards in their arsenal at the bottom. Okay, so it's a kill my arsenal for 8. So I got to block 5. I mean, I'm down to block. Really want to keep this Avasti, though. It's kind of good right now. We could just Gravy Bones, play the Avasti. We don't have to play this Tipple. That's probably too aggressive because, yeah, this is my only back alley. So I don't think we can block with this here. I think we just play it slow. Awkward. Probably should have Sawbonesed again. I'm kind of forgetting that it's there because of the combat chain in the way. Problems of playing on Talishar. Listen, someone's got to keep Lucas in check. If we didn't do it, his head would get so big, he'd need a wheelbarrow to carry it around. We're doing the community a favor. It's a service. Okay, so I should be at 37 right now. You know, now that I say that, I haven't heard him say in quite a while that he thinks he's the greatest. He used to say that shit all the time. If you would create one or more seismic surges, instead create that many +1 at the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. We control 3 or more seismic surges, draw a card and gain a life. Okay, cool. Pulverize at me? Okay. So we don't need to Sawbones now because we're going to Avasti. Does this work on the allies? Yeah. I just want to preserve our life total a little bit. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we just eat this. Because we can go like Rabble into Conk. No, if we do that, then we don't get to play the Avasti. It's probably like Avasti, swing, Conk, swing. Convert this into an arsenal card. So I just eat this. Does this change things? I don't think so. I think this is just our arsenal card. Big damage. Still has an on hit, though. We're going to get stupid rich. Surely you just give me the hat. What is this shit? Block for 5. Holy shit. I guess I shouldn't have gravy bones, huh? I should have waited till the end. Oh, it doesn't matter. He had 4. How are these guys still in play? I really want to see a sea legs. Okay. Surely you just gave me that on the conch earlier, but whatever, man. We have an ally to ditch to our hero power to our boots if we need to. Which this might be that spot. This is 11. So we can block 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's so cringe. We're 1 short. Hmm. So we'd have to play a 1-card hand next turn. That changes things. So now we only have to block 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep 2 cards. No matter what, we're going to look at the top of our deck. It's a golden tipple. So this chart is live. Somehow the removing dominate has been the most relevant text on this for me. I'm baffled by it. And then do this and this. Put another Sawbones in play. That was a pretty good turn. Could also draw the tipple, but that seems kind of loose. All right, I have 2 sawbones. Stop hitting me. Now I don't even care if he blows up my compass, I think. Oh, we found him. Oh. Wait, this hand kind of sucks, though. Please hit me. Please hit me. I need to block. This hand sucks ass. Oh, it's so unfortunate, too. I have 3 things that I want to gravy bones. Wait, come back, Blue Tipple. Come back. I need you. Whatever. We have 6 gold. I think we just start leveraging these guys. I mean, if he's just going to hit me, then, like, whatever, I just block with this. I still have other go-agains in the deck, right? And he's at 12. I still have another conch in the deck, right? I don't see how we get fatigued from here. This by itself is 6. 7, 8. This lets me cover for red pummel, though. Do I care if I get pummeled? I don't think I give a shit if I get pummeled. If he gets an ally out of my hand, whoop-de-doo. I guess he gets my arsenal. I could also just block 5 and block, like, with these. Cycle my arsenal. Get this in arsenal. This is just really good in the matchup. Kind of like that. No, I want to save the crown. He's got so many disruptive on hits. I think giving up armor when I have 3 guys in play is kind of tossing. I think we just, like, put 5 in front of this. And if he pummels, whatever, we blood in the water him. Do we look? I don't think so. This always makes me discard, so I guess I just get rid of the Swabby. Oh, he's going to discard it for me, so whatever. Just go next. Let's play for a turn that he doesn't have. Pummel CNC. Also, this card's kind of sick. I didn't realize that Guardian got a CNC. Ooh, that ain't it. Okay, huge. So there's no reaction here. We want to block 9. I'll just let this hit. Like, whatever. He can have all the seismics he wants. Do we just let this hit? Maybe just Sawbones? Because we gotta block 7. So it'd be like block with 2 cards and Sawbones twice to play kind of a shit turn. He's at 12. I think I kind of want to just like play the game here and try to kill him. And just say, stop hitting me. Like, I'll give up 10 life. You can have some seismics. Like, I just don't care. Do we Sawbones this? I think we do. Like, surely we were playing a blue this turn. Meaning we get to cast a guy. Maybe we only Sawbones once. For sure, one of them. Surely we cast another guy. This does all the things. All right, time to decease the opponent. I don't think I care about this chart, because I think this is grabbing a back alley. We also have so much gold. I think it's worth just drawing off of gold here. Like, what's the difference between him having all these seismics? Like, whatever. We're taking his cards anyways. Okay, that's a better blue. So we have 3 resources. Cast this. Grab a back alley. 6 resources. Play the Swabby, probably. Because that's 5, and then we need $1 for the Rigor Mortis as well. This seems reasonable. I could also just grab Chum. We'll see what happens with this. It depends if the seismics matter. Because it's 3 more damage to go for the Swabby, but Chum's really good with all these seismics in play. There's also the question of how many allies are actually left in the deck. We've got a Scoob. How many total allies are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So we have like 5 allies left in the deck. So we might not draw one. Neither guarantees a card out of his hand because he's at 8. So I think we just go for this. I don't think we need the compass anymore, to be honest. This is 10. We need to block 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't even use this. Kind of sucks if we get pummeled, but oh well. Like I said, don't really need compass anymore. Us being at 4 is a bit of an issue, but we have chum. Do we draw? Might just be set sloop or tipple and just swing 6. Don't give him one more seismic. Probably should have held priority there so I could have compassed and looked to see if I want to Gravy Bones and draw and then chum there. I think that was my mistake. Okay. What a salty bitch. Play hater gravy deck, complain when lose to gravy. Oh, of course. I could have done that last turn too, but I'm bad at the game. You know, Talishar versus paper problem. That game was a lot of Talishar versus paper problems for me of just, oh yeah, I probably should have used Sawbones, but dumbass combat chain blocking my vision. I've been saying this for so long. I hate this combat chain so much. Like, they need to make it so it's a resizable window. So I like just like this. I mean, I have to unlock it first. I guess this. Like, let me move it around. Let me resize it. Like, let me choose where I want to put the combat chain. Both choices for the combat chain are ass. Either I can't see my shit or I can't see my opponent's shit. Or add a transparency slider to it. A transparency slider would change so much. What time is it? 11? So, Fearless, so far its only text was remove dominate. Which is relevant text. I'm not hating. It's just I haven't actually in any of my games that I've played so far, or in the games that I've done with a couple people doing coaching for Gravy stuff. Speaking of which, I do coaching if anyone's interested in coaching. That being said, also, if you do want coaching, I primarily focus on the, like, I'm going to teach you how to fish style of coaching, not just memorize this shit. Like, I'm going to teach you how to think about things. Like, anyone that's watched the stream for any amount of time, I focus more on how to think about things than anything else. Anyways, but yeah, and even in the coaching games, that's so far the only text that's come up, the remove dominate text, or just some sort of weird blocking thing with it. I don't know. I think everyone's wrong. I think Riches is sick. I'm gonna keep playing this card. I think everyone else is just cooked in the head. This card's fucked. This was a little awkward in the deck with things like Prismatic, but it's still blue. I think I would have preferred to be playing less cards in those matchups also, but we were testing stuff out, so it's a little difficult to do that. Also, holy shit, my AC is blasting right now. Whaler did not feel necessary in that game, even though it was a game that fatigue should matter. I'm wondering if the, like, double Scoob does the same job as Whaler of just I'm just putting enough damage back in the deck that Humperdinck just doesn't matter anymore and I can cut this card. D-Reacts were pretty good in that matchup. I like that decision. I like my decision to play Armor in the matchup. I think I'm pretty happy with this list other than Fearless's place in the list. I still feel like I need to make some changes for that. You guys have any thoughts? Non-Salty Boy related thoughts? What day is it? It's Thursday, right? So TCG Player stuff tomorrow. Wake up early, go to Lake House. Okay. I'm also debating on cutting this Oyston. But I think that's because I just haven't been playing that many matchups where Oyston's, like, sick. So it's felt bad. I should probably play some games with Blanche. I saw some people were playing that. I kind of wrote the card off. I do also want to play some games with Sync Below instead and try that out. I probably need to blow up the list, though, if I'm going to put Blanche in. and add in like limpets and shit. Maybe that's the change that needs to be made for Fearless. Maybe it's put limpets in the deck so that way on second cycle you have more go agains, but it's in your ally slot. Like maybe the Humperdinck and something else turns into a limpet. I will say that game did feel like it was made easier by Prismatic existing in the deck. I felt like we were a little behind, and then we had that Prismatic turn and just popped off, and just that was just way too much damage, and now we're kind of in the driver's seat from here on. They just never get to take damage again. We might have played one or two of those turns wrong, though. Like maybe we're supposed to block a little bit differently. We could have kept drawing off of gold also and potentially gotten an arsenal because we did waste a resource. So maybe we were supposed to draw off of gold twice there. Like 2 more times than we did on the chum turn. If we did do that, the ally would have ended up in our hand. And then, you know. It's funny that he complained about the I win button and I literally cast 1 chum all game, right? That was like the only one I played, right? Yeah, like I didn't play the best card in the matchup until the last turn of the game. I don't know if you really need it. I don't know yet. I haven't actually blown anyone out with it, but I keep playing matchups where my opponent's just like not clearing my shit or they're overkilling my shit. But I just haven't played that much Slippy since adding this to the deck. I think that's one of the matchups that it's probably good in. It makes all the 3s in your deck significantly better. But maybe that's not something I want to do in that matchup. I don't know yet. Because there's also the question of, is that even something that I want to be doing into these decks? I do really like it in the deck, though, with Mastery Pack coming out and Guardian. Even if Guardian's not good, there's probably going to be more Guardian in the meta for like a little bit, at least locally. Maybe not at the Worlds, but so just like having that in the deck is pretty nice just for people trying to high roll you. You guys saw it did kind of win us the game that one turn. It would have just been better if it was like a defensive card, though. The game was also pretty good for me for learning. I haven't had too many games yet where my opponent just keeps going face all game and ignores my board. So I haven't had enough opportunities to navigate a game like that. Almost every single matchup, people are just clearing your guys. Either they're trying to fatigue you or the math says they're supposed to clear anyways, like Syndra or Slippy, like they just clear your board every turn anyways. So it was kind of interesting, like reevaluating how some of the cards function in that spot. I just haven't had many chances to do that. Like the valuation of go again cards changed significantly once you're in that kind of board position. So like Call and Vasti were like bombs for me to draw at that stage. Are you on the new anti-tall legs? No, because what is that card for realistically? Like just Guardian? Is that for anything else? I don't think so. I'd rather just play Quick Dodge. It goes in to more matchups. Because here's the other thing. Not all the Guardians even dominate all the time. Like Victor doesn't. So I can just block normally. Jarl infrequently. And even though they can, they'll still blow your compass up without ever throwing an attack at you. So having the Mage Master is just like way more important in that matchup. Also that. But I think the Quick Dodge, like when you care about the Dominate, does a close enough approximation to that. Because like how much are you actually trying to block? And you have the D-Reacts. So like you park a D, if you know they're going face, you park a D-React in Arsenal, you get a turn with that. If you watch that game, you saw that kind of play out. Like, we had a turn with our D-React. We had a turn with our Fridge. We could have played towards a turn with our other D-React, but we chose to use it on a different turn, which might have been wrong. Maybe we were supposed to just arsenal the Blood in the Water. I don't know. Because it's not like every turn of the game they're throwing a big dominate attack at you that you even give a shit about anyways. Yeah, it comes in for the mirror and matchup. It's basically either just coming in for the mirror or it's married to prismatic and it's just coming in with that. Just being able to recycle that damage back into your deck. But also, it being a gold generator is pretty relevant. I'm not playing the Royal Hat at all right now. That might change in the future. I am playing a bunch of games right now without the Royal Hat so I can get comfortable playing without Royal. I know how to play with Royal. It's really not that hard. Playing without Royal, a lot of shit changes in how your evaluation of gold works. So it's kind of like playing without training wheels right now. So I'm kind of maximum efforting it. So having a few more ways to make gold is pretty helpful for that. Hence why I put back in the gold gem. I don't think 9 tipple plus 3 port side is enough gold generation, and I'm not going to count chart. That's dubious. Like, I want to have ways to start generating gold so that way I can start hooking, because once you start hooking, everything's easy from there. And it just kind of, you just start naturally getting the gold from that point forward, and the deck starts working. But yeah, it's mostly just put prismatic back under. It can put under sea legs. It can put under tipple. You're really not doing that. That's about it. Sometimes you can hit stuff in their graveyard, but also really doesn't come up very often. Like, can this hit anything, but it makes only a gold if it's a yellow? Is that how this works? No, it only hits a yellow. It's Sunken Treasure that can hit anything, but if it's a yellow, you make a gold. You can fuck up the graveyard of an Earth hero for Decompose sometimes. Doesn't happen very often, but honestly, it just having another target sometimes is relevant enough. And there's a lot of decks in the game right now that just like have random incidental yellows, so even you just like throwing this out randomly to make a gold does come up sometimes. There's another yellow I was thinking about putting in the deck. What was it? Because I was thinking about adding like oh, it might have been that all you got. I thought there was another yellow though that I was thinking of. I was just like a few more yellows to put in the deck, so Sunken Treasure and Scuba just like have more targets. What was it? Whatever it was, it probably had Go again. Imagine. We can only dream. Pot of Greed would have gone so hard in this deck. I mean, I literally don't play Limpet in the deck, but it's good into Guardian. It's sometimes good in Divergence. It having 1 health in Divergence can be a liability, though. It's fine. I'm not really considering it in the deck right now, so. Yeah, man, you get Pot of Greed and CYB. Wait, do you still get CYB? Is CYB like limited or anything in LL? I don't know what the ban list is. Oh man, imagine if Remembers didn't banish itself, you could scoop it back. Holy. Good thing they thought ahead of time to put that on the card. Also notice we could do secrets. Why? Maybe it wasn't Ko again. We're about to just look at every yellow in the game. Why does this not say not legal in Classic constructed? Oh, that's probably why. Oops. True. Fog down goes huge. You can gold kiss fog down. No, I'm not gonna bling the deck out. We were actually talking about this earlier. I typically only max rarity my decks once I have earned it. So, for Dromai, for example, I didn't max rarity my Dromai deck until I topped Nats with the deck. After that, I was like, okay, I earned my bling. Now I'm going to go pick it all up. OG Prism, I literally never blinged out. I just got like some of the equipment and stuff. I didn't really want to max rarity the deck because it would be all like mixed rarity, and I fucking hate that shit. And then instead, I got a bunch of the vanity stuff for Prism V2, and I also felt like I kind of earned that of like, okay, I worked really hard to get recognized and get a spoiler card, and I got like a really sick spoiler card. Like I wanted to get a Prism spoiler, and I got multiple Prism spoilers. What did I get? OG Prism, or not OG. I got to spoil Prism herself. I got Shariah and Luminaris. Like I got some sick Prism spoilers. So I was like, okay, I worked really hard to get to the point that I could get recognized for that. I'll not max rarity the deck, but bling it out and get the marvels. I was so close to buying a Marvel Enigma, and was it no God, what it was Osaka, right? Yeah, not Kyoto. In PT Osaka or Worlds Osaka, because it was so much cheaper there than it was over here. But I was like, I don't know. I can't justify that much money. Also, like Hero is probably going to rotate soon. And I hadn't earned it. I have no major placements with Enigma, so I couldn't justify it. Though ironically, I do have LL points for that. I don't have any LL points for I think either Prism. I might have LL points on Prism V2 and I just don't remember. I have LL points on Aurora. I think Azalea. I might be wrong on that though. No, I do on Azalea. Dromai. I might on Enigma and I might on Prism V2. Not on Prism V1. I am the reason that Prism was 998 at the end. Y'all want to split top 8? Nice, I'm out of here. I will keep my hero around for as long as possible because this system doesn't make any sense. Why are players able to have agency over rotation? Yeah, Marvel Enigma is so pretty. I got the not Marvel version of it, the like is it here? Here? No. Here? Maybe? This version of it. I could justify $100 or $200. I think I got it off of Yuanji, actually. Okay, back to trying to find this yellow. Yeah, it's like the Marvel does not look enough better for how much more money it is in my head. I'm like, nah, that's too many dollar redos. And I still keep going back to Pummel in this deck too in my head. People are just a little too comfortable blocking out Conk. I want to do it just to put the fucking fear of God in them. Oh, wait, we can play this in LL Gold Kiss Rum. Oh! Somehow this turned into a Gravy Bones LL chat. Wait, we get to play so many Pot of Greeds. Oh, wait, we can still play that in the CYB deck and gain even more. Oh my god. Imagine going Toma Fiendel, play multiple CYBs. Unseen technology. Okay, I have no idea what this fucking yellow was that I was trying to think of. It must just be the that all you got. Which is kind of cute in the mirror. The thing is, a lot of the small attacks go into your allies, not your face. So, like, you might be sitting on that for a while. Probably not worth it. I'm going to keep thinking about this whaler. I like the snag. I like the amount of blue go-agains we have in the deck. We're going to test out double scoop for a bit. I think I like the theory behind AB2. I'm just going to sack Kano. And against Acilio, I think I just go AB0. So I just want this for Verdance and Runeblade. And I think 2 is where I want to be versus Verdance. To kind of hedge for killing me and fatiguing me. Mess around with Fearless some more. I like the gold thing. Oyston's on the suspect list. Anka could also come back in. It could be like cut Oyston and Whaler for 2 Ankas. I keep having spots where, like, with the lower ally count, when I do draw the Whaler, and that's, like, my guy that I discard, I'm sad because it's, like, my only ally in the grave, and I'm not playing this right now. Like, I'm just, like, not set up to play this. So it was just kind of a wasted discard. Like, I'm investing way in the future with this right now. I would rather something now. It's like what I was talking about earlier of this game became about fatigue because I fucked around for too long. Where if I just gassed my opponent every turn, we would have never gone to fatigue. They just would have died instead. Or I would have gotten to play solitaire with my deck. And if I just get to cast every single card in my deck, I'm not getting fatigued. I think that's it for my thoughts for now. So we're going to keep messing around with this. I might change up a couple things by next stream. So plan is Saturday, I'm not streaming. Sunday, we'll see how I feel after Lake House things. And then if I am up to it, we'll stream that night and do some more games. I don't think I have any other plans. I guess we could go over some of the calling coverage. I'm going to do that anyways. So it's, do I want to do it this weekend? We might just do that. Tuesday, Thursday. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. And yeah, I'm gonna start working on the gravy guide. That's it for stream for today. Kind of feel like ending it early. I'm pretty tired. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the Patreon. I have my deck list on there with all my sideboard plans. I have the spreadsheet that has all of the data from every single gravy list that has topped an event. And I have my notepad thing going over all of my gravy learning if you wanted to read through that and kind of see my process of learning the deck, as well as all of my heuristics with the deck. It's kind of like my Spark Notes version of what the guide is going to be. So if you want kind of the ghetto version of what the guide is going to be, a lot of it is already written there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your night.